Most guys think that bodyweight training is just for beginners or for people who can't afford the gym. That once you get past a certain level, you need to hit the gym to build real strength. But that's complete bullshit. After 10 years of calisthenics training, I still have a lot of room to progress and moves to master. I keep getting bigger and stronger year by year. Your body doesn't care if you're pushing a barbell or you're pushing your own body weight. And in this video, I'm going to show you why bodyweight training is way more effective than you've been told. We'll cover why your muscles can't tell the difference, how to progress for years, and the advantages of this training style, especially when you're busy. Calisthenics isn't just push-ups. Here's what it actually means. The word calisthenics comes from Greek, kalos, meaning beauty, and stenos, meaning strength. Beauty and strength, that's what it's all about. It's any exercise that uses your body as resistance. Think push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats, lunges, just you against gravity. It became popular in the 19th century for gymnastics, but humans have been training with their body weight for thousands of years. Soldiers, athletes, warriors, they didn't have gyms, but they were strong as hell. The key principle is simple. Your body provides the resistance. Instead of adding weight to a bar, you manipulate your body's position, leverage, and angles to make exercise harder or easier. Here's what most people don't understand about muscle growth. Your muscles need three things to grow: mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage. That's it. And here's the key. Your muscles have no idea where that tension comes from. They don't have eyes. They can't see if you are pushing a barbell or pushing your own body. They just respond to the stimulus. In this 2017 study, researchers took two groups of men. One did push-ups, the other did bench press. After 8 weeks, they measured muscle growth. And guess the result? Practically identical muscle growth, because the tension was the same. It means if you make bodyweight exercise as intense as a weightlifting exercise, there should be no difference in muscle growth. You just need to get a little bit more creative to make the bodyweight exercise hard enough. Still think calisthenics can build serious muscle? Just look at these guys. They have some of the most impressive upper bodies in all sports. Huge arms, thick backs, shredded core, and they rarely touch weights. It's mostly bodyweight training. Or street workout athletes doing muscle ups, planches, front levers. They're also jacked as and they train in parks with nothing but some bars. I also can do things most people consider inhuman, and I've built over 20 kilograms of muscle this way. But here's the key to why this works. These athletes aren't doing 100 push-ups every day. They're doing hard variations that challenge their muscles in lower rep ranges. That's where you gain the real strength. If somebody doesn't build muscle from bodyweight training, it just means they think the only way to make exercise harder is to add reps. Let me show you a better way. Here's how to progress with just bodyweight training. With weights, the progression is simple. You bench press 60 kilograms, next week 65, another week 70. Next month, you might be at around 80 kilograms. You just keep adding weights to the bar over time. It's easy to measure. On the other hand, with calisthenics, you progress by modifying the exercise itself. Regular push-ups become decline push-ups. When those become too easy, try deficit push-ups, then archer push-ups, or even tuck planche push-ups. You're not adding weight, but you are changing the leverage, the angle, or the stability. Each modification makes the exercise harder or easier, depending on what you need. Both methods create progressive overload, and that's the key principle for building strength and muscle. You need to continuously challenge your muscles with more resistance. If you do it, the end result is the same. Your muscles are forced to adapt and get stronger. Most guys think that bodyweight training maxes out fast, so here's years of progression mapped out for you. For the push pattern, you might want to start with regular push-ups. But if you can't do them yet, start with knee push-ups. But if regular push-ups are too easy, do decline push-ups. Then deficit push-ups, archer push-ups, and eventually tuck planche push-ups. These are really tough. Each one of them is significantly harder than the last. For pull, you might want to start with band-assisted pull-ups. Because, let's be honest, most men can't do proper pull-ups yet. Once you master this, do regular pull-ups. Then chest-to-bar pull-ups, archer pull-ups, and eventually one-arm pull-ups. For legs, start with air squats. With time, progress to reverse lunges, Bulgarian split squats, assisted pistol squats, and eventually pistol squats. From 2-leg training to 1-leg training, from 2-arm training to 1-arm training. Now here's how I and our community members progress for this. We always stay in the 6 to 15 rep range, which means I pick an exercise variation I can do for at least 6 repetitions. but less than 15. Then every workout I try to do more reps. If, let's say, today I hit 7 repetitions, then next week I'll go for 8, another week 9, and progress like this. Once I'm comfortably hitting multiple sets of 15 reps, I move to the next harder variation, where I'm back at around 6 to 8 repetitions, and I repeat the process. Simple as that. 6 reps is low enough to build that brutal strength, and working up to 15 reps gives me a lot of time to master the movement and build a solid foundation before moving on. Plus, I'm less likely to get injured than if I train with only 3 or 4 repetitions. This approach gives you years of progression. Each variation can take weeks or even months to master before you're ready for the next one. Now, let's talk about the practical advantages that make this training style perfect for busy guys. Everything you need to get strong costs as much as 1 month of gym membership. A gym membership can cost $30 to $50 a month. That's around $500 a year. If you want to build a home gym, you're looking at investing at least a few $1,000s for a barbell, rack, plates, and a bench. When it comes to calisthenics, it can be as low as $30 to $100 a one-time payment. Here's what you need for max results. Gymnastic rings for about $40, a pull-up bar for $50 to $100. For rings, you can hang them on a ceiling hook at home, on a tree branch in your backyard, on a beam, or pretty much anywhere with a stable anchor point. For a pull-up bar, you've got different options. Freestanding pull-up bar if you have space, wall-mounted pull-up bar if you want it permanent and you can make holes in the walls, or a door frame pull-up bar if space and budget is limited. That's all the essentials. Everything else is optional. If you have rings, you can train anywhere. Your living room, a park, a hotel room, your backyard. Creativity is your limit. The only constraint can be weather if you're training outdoors, but most exercises can be done inside anyway. But the money you save is nothing compared to the time you save. A 60-minute gym workout actually takes over 2 hours. Check this out. Here's what I mean. 15 minutes to drive there, 5 minutes changing in the locker room, then waiting for equipment because someone else is using the squat rack, then 60 minutes for your actual workout, then changing again, driving back home, 10-minute shower. In total, it's 2 hours for a 60-minute workout. It can be a little bit different in your situation because your gym might be closer or even further, but let's say on average 2 hours. Now, let's compare it to training at home. You start with 30 to 40-minute workout and then 10-minute shower. That's it. 50 minutes in total. You're saving over an hour per session. If you train 4 times a week, that's over 4 hours saved every single week. For busy men with demanding jobs and families, it's a massive benefit. You're not choosing between training and time with your kids. You're getting both. Plus, fun fact, many guys in our community actually train with their kids when they do it at home. Now, here's another advantage that many people don't think about. Every calisthenics exercise trains multiple muscles at once. Some call it a limitation. I call it an advantage. Push-ups don't just work your chest. They hit your shoulders, your triceps, and core at the same time. Pull-ups don't just work your back. They work your arms, your grip, your core as well. This is why calisthenics workouts can be shorter, but still effective. You're training more muscles at the same time. Now, when isolating muscles is useful, if you have a weak point you want to bring up, or you're recovering from an injury and want to target one specific muscle, isolation exercises are perfect for that. The limitation with calisthenics is you can't really isolate. Everything engages multiple muscle groups. But for most people, that's actually good. It forces your body to work as a unit, which builds functional strength that translates to real life. If you really need precise isolation for a specific muscle, just add a few dumbbell exercises. Now let me show you how to make home training even more effective. Calisthenics versus weights is a stupid debate. The smart approach uses both. Pure bodyweight training works, is effective. That's what I did for most of my career. You can build strength by progressing through harder variations. But there is an easier way, the hybrid approach. Here's how it works. You do calisthenics exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, dips or squats. Once they become too easy for 15 reps, you add weight. You'll get the functional strength of calisthenics because you're still doing the same movements, but you also get the brute strength of weightlifting because you are moving serious weights. Regular pull-ups make you very strong, but weighted pull-ups with 20 kilograms make you insanely strong. And you don't need much equipment. A few weight plates, a kettlebell, or even household items work perfectly. Fill a backpack with books or water bottles. Use a deep belt. Get creative. I recently noticed that this umbrella stand weighs 27 kilograms, which is like 60 pounds. It's even shaped like a weight plate with a hole in the middle, so I can put my deep belt and I can do pull-ups with it. And that's exactly what I do. Look around your house, you'd be surprised what you can use. But here's where it becomes more important. legs. This is the biggest limitation of pure bodyweight training. You're using the same weight for your legs as you use for your upper body, but your legs are way stronger. When you go to the gym, you're using way heavier weights for the squat than for the bench press. Same principle applies here. So just add some weights to your squats or lunges if you don't want chicken legs like mine. If you want me to personally help you implement a simple, time-efficient calisthenics system in your life, that's exactly what you get in our community, the Warrior Society. There is a link in the description and I'll meet you inside.